All right, so in this video, we're going to continue talking about solving equations and inequalities. In this situation, we have fractions. Now, I know it looks kind of scary at first, but in all honesty, it's not really that scary. So we have parentheses here. Whenever I have equations, I wanted to think of a couple of ways to handle this. I could get rid of this fraction, but in the case of this, if you look at this, so you think when I distribute this one third, because we have parentheses, so this would become one third times negative 6x. Okay. And then this would become one third times 18. Okay. Want to make sure that that goes to both terms. Again, I'm going to put my bar down the equal sign. All right, so 6, so a third of 6 or 6 divided by the number on the bottom, that's what we're doing. Going 1 over 2, that's 1 times 6, which would give me 6 over 3, which is 6 divided by 3, which is gonna give me 2x. And we need to make that negative 2x because that's a negative and a positive. So again, that's one third times 6. That would become 6 over 3, which would become 6 divided by 3, which gives us the 2. I went ahead and kept off the negative just because we already know that our answer is negative. All right, and then we're going to do the same thing with 18. 18 divided by 3, we know is going to give us, and that's positive and a positive. So that's going to give us positive 6. Okay, so we've distributed that one third. That's going to be equal to our negative 24. Now that we've gotten rid of the distribution, I'm going to go ahead and do my highlighting that we did in the last video. I'm going to highlight my variable in yellow, and then I'm going to highlight my constants in blue. So we're going to go ahead and move the 6. To move the 6, I'm going to subtract so that that becomes 0. Again, I'm going to go ahead and highlight that in blue so that we know that we can combine those two terms that are in blue. So 6 minus 6 is going to give us 0. So all I have left on that left side of the equation is going to be negative 2x. And on the right side, to remind ourselves, when I have two negatives and I'm adding, we're going to keep the negative and we're going to add those numbers. So we're going to have 24 plus 6 is going to give me 30. Now we're going to divide by negative 2. Okay. Under division, when we have a negative and a negative, that's going to give us a positive under multiplication or division. So that's going to be x is equal to positive, and then that's going to be positive 15. All right. Now we're going to go ahead and talk about the inequality. So there's some interesting things that happen that makes this inequality a very special inequality. First of all, our symbol is not an equal to. It is only a greater than symbol because it's going to the right. And when it's a greater than symbol, then it's not going to be equal to whatever that value is that we find. Now we're still going to do all the same steps that we did before. So I'm going to go ahead and do one third times negative 6, which is going to become negative 2x. And I'm going to do one third times 18, which is going to give me positive 6. And then that's going to be greater than negative 24. Just like we did before, we're going to highlight. All right, my variable is already the only yellow term on that side, so I'm not moving my variable. We're going to go ahead and make sure we move the 6 over our inequality symbol. So we're going to add 6, just like we did before. I'm going to go ahead and highlight, just like we did before. Those 6 cancel out, and they're gone, and I'm just left with negative 2x, and then I have negative 30. Now, here's a special scenario that happens when we divide by a negative number. Only when you divide by a negative number, in this case, our inequality goes in the other direction. So the inequality was originally going to the right. Our inequality is now going to be going to the left. So we still have 30. Negative divided by negative is a positive. 30 divided by 2 is going to give me 15. So our inequality is going to be all values of x less than 15. Now, looking at a number line, okay? So I've got 15 here, 16 is to the right, 14 is to the left. And we're going to the left, we're going to do a circle at 15. We are not going to fill in 15 because 15 can actually not be a solution for this inequality. We would not get a true statement if we were to plug in 15 into our inequality. Now, again, my inequality is going to the left. This arrow, which is basically an inequality, is going to go in that same direction. All right. Hopefully that helps. And that concludes that lesson on that example. And I will see you in the next video if you need further assistance.